What is going on, everyone? It's your boy Ethan. The vlog takes on Florida. Damn right. Sun is in my eyes, but you can see the lovely guitar in the background, and it's beautiful here. It's the first trip of 2022 for this vlog, and I'm so excited to be in Florida. The Hard Rock here, and there's a big WPT tournament going on, which means some big tournaments and some big cash games that I'm going to be showcasing you in this vlog, maybe today, maybe this entire week and this trip. So I'm looking forward to it. Comment below where you guys want me to go to, because I just might come out here because I love traveling, trying to get out of the cold in New England. It's crazy. Yesterday when I flew out here, it was 4 degrees. Now it's sunny, beautiful, and palm trees everywhere. So anyways, today is my first full day here, so I'm going to hop into a $600 tournament. If that goes well, you'll see it in this vlog. If I make a quick bust, I'm gonna hop into the cash game. So it all depends on how the tournament goes, but wish us luck. We're gonna start grinding, get the cards in the air soon. So drop a like on this video, comment down below where you want me to go to, because I just might travel out there because the New England winter kind of sucks. Anyways, let's get into it. Let's get the cards in the air. Into the tournament we go. We play a few hands, but nothing happens until level 5. Blinds are 200, 400, 400, and I have chipped up to 22,000. I pick up 10-9 of spades in the small blind, and action starts with a hijack who limps. The button puts in a raise to 1,600 and onto me. I'm out of position with a really good and playable hand. I decided to go for a 3-bet to 4,800. The limper decides that 4,800 is a good price and calls, and the button calls as well. So pretty action heavy table so far. Let's see a flop, which comes 9, 8, 6, 2 clubs. Well, it's top pair and a gut shot straight draw. I don't expect to be up against overpairs as played, so I think I can bluff off better 9s in this spot potentially. I don't know, let's do it. I only have a pot size bet behind, so with top pair and a straight draw, I go for it. I rip it all in for just under 16,000. Both players fold, and pretty nice pot to scoop up here early in the tournament. With the chip stack just over 30,000, I pick up ace, deuce, and hijack. We're in level 6 at this point, and there's an ungun player who limps. I've seen him limp every single hand, so let's attack this strategy. I raise it up to 1,500, and okay, we're playing multi-way pots with the cutoff, button, big blind, and limper calls, so let's navigate this one 5 ways to a flop of ace, king, 4. Action checks to me, and certainly with top pair here on an ace, king high board, my range wants to bet, but my specific hand isn't too strong with a very weak kicker, or the weakest of all kickers, so I decided to just check multi-way, and now the cutoff to my left bets out 3,000. Upon this 3,000 bet, the button and limper makes the call, so obviously there's a ton of action on this table, but can I ever expect any of these other 3 players to have an ace in their hand? 100% of the time, I think. It's going to be pretty ambitious to think that none of these other players doesn't have an ace, and if they do have an ace, then obviously our kicker is pretty bad. So I just fold top pair here on this flop, and the recording stops, but we're off to hypothetically sweat out a turn, which comes a 5. The cutoff once again bets out 6,500. All players fold, and he shows the ace of hearts. So at the very least, I was definitely screwed in this spot. Happy to just make the laydown and get away from it with top pair. Progressing to level 7, blinds have increased, and I have 35,000 in stack. I pick up the premium pocket 4s on the button. There's an ungun player who opens to 1,300. Hijack makes the call. I'm in there to call, and the big blind called as well, so multi-white once again. In position though, the flop comes ace, 3, 4, rainbow. What a beautiful flop to see. Unfortunately, action checks to me, and considering the checking here, doesn't seem like these players have a whole lot, so I think I'm way ahead in this spot. I decide to just try to let other players catch up. I check back. Multi-way to a river, which comes a 6. Now, any 5 is open-ended, and action checks to me once again. Certainly gonna have to bet. Maybe I can get value from a draw, so I fire out 4,500 into the field. And immediately we face some interesting action as the big blind check raises to 10,000. Action folds to me, and this is a pretty small check raise. And on top of that, if there's ever someone that can have 5-7 or 5 deuce in this spot, it's certainly the big blind. But I haven't seen this player raise light, and on top of that, I also feel like my hand is most likely going to be good ahead of 2 pairs or a pair plus straight draw versus just the stone cold nuts and the straights. So if he has it, he has it. GG's then, but I'm going to commit my hand, my set of 4s in this pot. I rip it all in, and this player quickly calls, that can't be good, and he shows 5-7 for hitting the gutter, hitting the nuts, and we're gonna have to pair the board. River comes, Ace-7, I'm out. GG's in this tournament. It was an early exit for me this time. Guys, I've talked a lot in the past about dealing with being anxious and nervous before starting a poker session or even before my trips across the country. My personal go-to method for calming my nerves and staying relaxed are these FiveCBD products, specifically the gummies that they offer. Recently, they actually just launched a brand new product called the Rosin. It's 100% solventless gummies, and Rosin is a cannabis extract made using heat and pressure from cannabis plant material. They've created a daytime and nighttime gummy for you to try out. My friends at FiveCBD have created a special buy one get one code for you all to try out. So use the code on screen at checkout to take full advantage of the offer. On top of that, they're also offering a free trial for their gummies and tincture products for you to try out. All you have to do is pay shipping, and you can find that information down in the link below. I personally use their product all the time, and it's great to partner with a company that I'm very familiar with. So big thank you to FiveCBD for sponsoring this video. Check out the links down below for more information on their special promo codes or their free trial with the samples. Thanks for sponsoring again, and let's get back to the hands. All right, so tournament didn't go well, but fast forwarding through some stuff. Busted out of the tournament early. The wait list at the Hard Rock for some reason is so long. So I drove 30 minutes north to this place called Coconut Creek. I actually made a video here last year. Let's hop into a game. I'm in the 2-5 streets. Save you some dramatic stuff. I got in trouble, got yelled at by the Hard Rock floor for just trying to take a picture with someone that watched the videos. Anyways, yeah, leave a like for that because I go through some stupid shit behind the scenes that I don't show. Anyways, so we're hopping into the 2-5 game here. There's a 5-10 running as well. Maybe try to play bigger whenever the seat opens up, but this new room is awesome. And let's hop into the game. 2-5, 1K max, try to run it up. Let's get into the hands, that's what you're here for, no dramatics. Upon sitting down at this 5-10 game here at Coconut Creek, oh my god, as you can see, I am dealt 3 cards. It turns out that this 5-10 Hold'em game has turned into a 5-10 Pineapple game. Okay, let's explain what's going on here because this is what the players told me. Everyone gets dealt 3 cards. You play 3 cards until you see the flop, and there's a round of betting pre-flop, round of betting on the flop, similar to Hold'em, but right before the turn gets dealt, whoever players are still in, you have to discard one of the 3 cards, and then you play like normal Hold'em from there. So it seems like it is a hybrid between PLO and Hold'em, and this is going to be wild, as this is the first time I've ever played this crazy pineapple game. So there's a lot of gamble, it seems, and it's a cool hybrid. Going to be testing it out for the first time, and let's just see what happens. In this first hand, I pick up 10, 5, 6, 2 clubs. There's a $25 undergun straddle, so this game is playing pretty big for the first time ever playing this game. Anyways, I tried to double straddle here because I'm here to gamble, but it's a blind raise to $50, 3 players, limp of 50, and we're going 4 ways to a flop of ace, king, king, 2 clubs. Action checks around, and I decide to discard my 6 with the flush draw, so I'm going with the 10-5 of clubs. We're off to a turn now. Multi-way still. The turn comes the 4 of clubs. So we bink it with the flush. The player to my right bets out $50, and with a pretty small and marginal flush, I'm happy to just make the call. Action folds around, and we're heads up to a river, which is a 7. It's a brick card, and he checks it over to me now, and I guess I'm just going to fire out a large bet, I guess. I've got a flush, and hopefully he's got something good enough to call. I bet out $225, and for this price, he folds. So we're going to scoop out my very first pineapple pot. Feeling good to scoop the first pot, and let's see how the session goes moving forward. In the next hand, I pick up some pretty looking cards, king, king, queen, 2 spades in the hijack. The player to my right in the low jack limps. I put in a raise to $55, and I get 3 players to make the call around. Oh boy. We're off to a flop of ace, 6-4, 2 clubs, and just like Hold'em, I guess, when you get pocket kings, there's always that dirty ace out there. Action checks around here on this flop, so everyone's here to discard 1 card from their hand. I discard the queen, I guess. I'm sticking with the pocket kings, riding or dying with this hand. And once the discard's over, the turn comes at the Jack of Clubs, so club draw gets there. Not really a card I'm looking for. Action checks around again. The river is now in 8, and for a third time, action checks around. The player in the big blind shows ace queen, and that ace is going to take it down. Pocket kings goes down in flames, and it's really difficult to learn this game on the fly, especially trying to vlog and with over $3,000 in front, but trying my best. There's going to be some struggles in this pineapple experience for sure. Picking up another premium, I look down at King 4, 2 diamonds. I'm in the undergun $25 straddle, and the player to my left limps. Onto the hijack player who raises to $150. This is the player type who seems to really enjoy gambling and play big pots. So when the big blind player calls as well, the 150, I have pocket kings. So I don't know, I guess I'm going to play it just like Hold'em. I am going to put in yet another raise, bump it up, put in a 3-bet to $750. These pots seem to balloon up real quickly. Anyways, action folds around to the player to my right, and he actually decides on a call. He's got like $2,000 behind as well, so pretty much looking to get it all in here. Let's play a big one. When the flop comes, 10, 4, 5, 2 spades. He checks it over to me, and I don't know what the correct sizing I'm supposed to bet, but I throw out a smaller bet to $600. And upon this bet, I look at him as he's directly to my right, and he does this really weird head shaking thing. Oh man, if this player is gonna raise acting all suspicious and disappointed and upset about my bet, then I'm really not gonna love this situation. I'm gonna hate him. He thinks about it after his little head shake thing, and then announces a raise to $1,200. Are you serious? This just might be one of the most consistent and obvious tells of all time. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. $600 more facing this min check raise is really silly, and folding here obviously is normally a sin. But given the tell, I've been playing poker a lot for the past 3 years, and every single time I've seen someone Hollywood and pretend like they're really unhappy with a large bet and then raises. Just a staple tell in poker that he's just got the nuts, right? So, I don't know. I don't think he's doing this with a flush draw, and even against the holding like a 10 and flush draw, the equities are pretty slim. So, given this tell, you know, I let my pocket kings go. I let it go, I fold, let this guy take down the pot. Nice hand, man, and yeah, seems pretty dirty to fold kings here, but given the live read, I don't know. I'm out. Nice hand. All right, so Pocket Kings has gone down in flames twice already. Why not look down at a third time with King 3 on the button? Action folds to me, and praying to God that these kings don't fail me again, I raise it up to $40, and the big blind defends and calls. We're off to a flop, which is interesting. It comes ace, queen, jack, all hearts. So once again, an ace high flop, but this time I at least have a royal flush draw. Anyways, he checks it to me, and I decided to check this one. Not sure how I'm supposed to play this, but I discarded the 3, obviously, going with my pocket kings. We're off to a turn which comes another ace. This time, this player bets out $30, and I have a straight draw, flush draw, royal draw. Sure, why not? Make the call for $30, and we see a king on the river. Rivered my way into a full house. That was not the card I was expecting to see, and this player checks it over to me. So with the full house in the boat, obviously I'm happy to size up and go for value, so I size up to $225. He makes the call rather quickly, and I win against ace 10. Nice to river a suck out here. Obviously, if we saw a 10, then that would have been a pretty big cooler, as we would have lost straight versus full house, but happy to hit a 2-outer give or take and win this one. So finally, 1 for 3 with pocket kings on this pineapple session. The following pineapple craziness happens where we pick up 10-8-8 in the low jack. There's a button $25 straddle, and the big blind opens up the action by raising to $85. The player to my right makes the call, and in Hold'em here with pocket 8s, it's gonna be a call, so let's go set mining.
I'm not sure, but I make the call for 85, and we get the cutoff and button to call as well. So this is a very fun multi-way pot. Let's go to a flop, which comes Queen 9-6 Rainbow. Well, action is going to go check, 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 check. Everyone checks around, and I have a decision now to either discard a 10 or 8. And the more I think about it, I think the right play is to sacrifice my pair of 8s and go with the 10-8 here. It's a weird spot, but 10-8 has a double gut shot straight draw. Any 7 or jack makes a straight. So I keep the 8 of hearts just in case I see backdoor hearts. I'm not sure. But we're off to a turn, which comes a board pairing 9. So with 10-8 here, straight draw on a paired board, not ideal, especially multi-way. And when action checks to the cutoff player, who bets out $300, pretty large bet. The player to my right makes the call, and I guess I'm folding. I do have a two-way straight draw, but like I said, it's a paired board, so gonna be a little bit more cautious with that scenario. I let it go, everyone else folds, and we get to hypothetically sweat out a river, which comes a 7. Shit, we would have binked the straight here, and to my surprise, action goes check, check. Seems like I would have won a big pot as cutoff has ace queen, but nope, the player to my right has pocket 9s for quads. Wow, crazy situation here, and I guess I'm really happy I folded on the turn and got away from it, as obviously we're drawing dead to quads, and there we go. Nice hand to the player to my right. Quads is gonna take this one down for sure. All right, so we've been playing a good amount and not winning too many hands, so when there's a straddle and a $50 blind raise, action's onto me, and I mix it up with a $100 blind raise as well. Just for funsies, why not? So we're playing basically 25, 50, 100 crazy pineapple. Not really the most recommended option, as this is my first time playing this game, but everyone's here to gamble. Action starts on the button where he raises to $225 on a huge stack. Action folds to me, and I look down at ace jack 10. I think I could 3-bet this, but considering the stack depths and how the session's been going so far, I decided on just making the call. Let's see a flop, which comes ace 6 deuce rainbow. I check it over to him, he bets out $100, and with an ace here, obviously, I am not going anywhere. I make the call and discard the 10, as I guess the jack's a better kicker, but it seems pretty inconsequential regardless. So we're off to a turn now, which is the ace of clubs. Brings in a backdoor flush draw, and action goes check, check, sadly. So couldn't get a bet out of him as we improved to trips. And when the river is a double board pairing deuce, basically have the nuts. I only lose to ace 6, but I don't see ace 6 playing this hand this way. Anyways, I have a decision to check, bet small, or bet huge. And with basically the nuts, I decided to bet small in this scenario. I sized to $150, pretty small blocker bet to maybe induce a raise as a bluff potentially. That'd be cool, but sadly he just makes the call, so we get some value. I show my ace and win. It's one of the very few hands I've taken down so far in this pineapple pot, and I'm glad it happened when I blind raised to $100. One of the last pineapple hands we look down at, I have ace 5-5, 2 diamond in the small blind. The ungun player puts in the blind 50 as everyone's agreed to now turn this into a 5-10-50 game. The cutoff opens up the action to $150, button folds, and onto me. In normal hold'em, I would certainly 3-bet this with ace 5, and along with the set draw possibility, I do the same thing and 3-bet to $600. Action folds around to this cutoff player, and he decides on a call, so we're going to play a big one with a marginal hand. The flop comes ace 10-5, 2 hearts, and a diamond. Here with top pair, not a great kicker, I bet small to $450. Definitely thought that sometimes a check might be better, but as played, he makes the call for $450, and we decide to discard the non-diamond 5. So giving yourself the opportunity at a backdoor flush draw as well as top pair, we see a turn which is a diamond. Oh boy. Well, I'm here. I have a lot of the stronger aces in range, and considering that I hold one of the aces, then I block stronger aces, right? On top of that, if I'm ever behind, then, you know, there's always the flush draw to go back on. So this player has 1,400 behind. I'm in this situation. I'm out of position. pretty much feeling like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, and I go for a semi-bluff, I think, and go all in of 1400 effective. He calls very quickly. Oops. Looks like I ran into it. Gonna need to suck out on this one. We're off to a river, which is the 10 of spades. That is not gonna do it. Not feeling good about this hand. I show he has ace queen offsuits, and oh boy. This pineapple experiment has become a pineapple disaster. Dumped $4,000 into this pineapple game, and all of a sudden, after this hand, everyone decides to turn this into a 10-25 hold'em game. So I add on for a bunch more, and let's see what we can do in hold'em. So as much as pineapple really sucked and that whole experiment was a disaster, the session doesn't end there. We end up playing a few more hours of hold'em where I try to battle out of the big ass hole that I crawled myself in. Gonna play some high stakes here in Florida. It's a lot of fun. Stay tuned for part 2. Gotta end this one off and tease this one because the end of the session, the hold'em hands get just absolutely ridiculous. If you thought that the pineapple pots got big, then you've got something coming for you guys in the next video with the hold'em hands. So thanks so much for watching this video. Thanks for making it all the way to the end. You don't want to miss part 2 that will be released in the next video. Thanks so much for watching. See you guys in the next one. Smash that thumbs up button if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next time. Peace.